Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Tonight we are back with a brand new season of Ready to Love. To me, this is episode 1, honey, of the season, because last week was just a casting special. But they say this is Ready to Love season 3, episode 3, The Mixer. Honey, I feel like they made a few wrong choices up and through here. That's just my opinion. All right, if you're new here, then welcome. I do Ready to Love reviews as well as other reviews with a lighthearted approach and a little bit of laughter. This is only entertainment. Please do not take it so seriously, honey. We just here to laugh. If you're back for a second or third time, then thank you for coming back. Honey, let's get into it. All right, so when the episode first opens up, we see Diedrich. He's looking nice in his suit, honey. He says he's old school. And he says, you know, in the beginning, it's all about the physical. And if a person says it's the personality that they're looking for, that's because they're ugly as hell. I don't know if I agree with that, because my thing is this. I'm looking at Christian, okay? I don't find Christian particularly attractive. I don't. But I like his personality. I like the fact that he's sweet. I like the fact that he's kind. I like the fact that he is a little bit less assertive than the other men. Sometimes you don't want a man that's all in your face, like, look at me, alpha male, hear me roar, banging their chest. Sometimes you don't like that. Sometimes you just like the chill dude. I mean, at least I do. Anywho, then we see Stacy. Okay, and then she's using this little fake voice. Talking about, did y'all like that? No, we like when you use your real voice, okay? She's wearing her little cute red dress. She's so pretty. Okay, she was in a relationship for 17 years, says she doesn't know how to date. So you're going to test it out on this show. Okay. Then we see David. He says they call him Super Dave. Honey, these people and these nicknames. He says he's open to whatever God has for him. Now we're over to Vernisha. She says she doesn't have a type. If he smells good and he has nice teeth, she can work with it. I know that's right, Vernisha. I'm with you. But my thing is, if you agree with the fact that it doesn't have to be a total package, you can work with what's given. Why y'all do Christian like that? That's all I'm saying, honey. And I feel like it was partially Stacy's fault, but let me not jump the gun. Anyway, so they start talking. So David was like, let's get a fun fact about you guys. Fun fact? Boy, please sit back and be quiet and wait for the rest of the people to join, honey. Stacy starts looking at him crazy. They have a little bit of a laugh. And then here comes Peanut Head Troy. Honey, Troy is the 51-year-old. His little peanut head. It's just something about Troy that I don't trust. He gives me Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. It's just something about him that seems real cheesy and corny. Like, let me take you out. I want to get a young girl and take her somewhere and maybe pay her rent and we go on trips. It's just something about him that I'm just not, I'm not all the way there with. Anyway, he says he travels a lot with women. Then he proceeds to say they be in bikinis and I be slapping their behinds. Honey, he ain't say behinds, he said ass, but I try not to cuss on this review. He's giving me cornball. I'm just not feeling it. Then we go over to Chrysanthemum. She shows up looking cute. Girl, I mean, you was looking really cute. I like that little blue dress. The wig sitting okay. All right. She says people call her Chris because they always get her name wrong. And she gives them 2 tries. Well, girl, nobody tell you for your mama to name you Chrysanthemum. That's so close to chrysanthemum, which is a flower, which people sometimes use for a prom corsage. Girl, gone, honey. That ain't nobody fault but your mama, honey. And she'd have named you after a flower. We get mad at everybody else talking about 2 tries and we're out. Then she sits down. She's like, yeah, I've been to Italy and I'm half Italian. My mom says she wanted to bring back something pretty, so I guess that was me. Okay, girl. Then we see AJ, honey, the music producer. Says he's picky and wants something different. Now, if y'all remember from the casting special, he said he wanted his women to have the F's. Fine, financially stable, fit, freaky, honey, all the F's, okay? Stacy and Chris, they liked AJ when he pulled up. They were looking at him like, yes, a tall drink of water, honey. Beard connecting, very full and lush. Looks like he conditions it twice a week, honey, and puts a little oil in it. So, I mean, okay. But he's going to fall a little flat pretty soon. So AJ and Vernisha start talking and she asked if he has kids and he said no. She said the shop was closed. He said, I like how you said was. Girl, not you about to untie your tubes to hang out with AJ. Girl gone, honey. He ain't got no money. It's giving me Brian and Alicia from last season. Okay, then Liz shows up. Liz got a walk on her, don't she? Or was it just me that noticed it? Liz got a special walk. She shows up and says she goes to the local Home Depot just to meet me. And honey, point me in the directions of the hammers, honey. I'm with you. Child, Home Depot is the place to go. But oftentimes the people at Home Depot just be waiting on work. So they be catching you as soon as you walk out of the door. You need me to put your mailbox up? No, I don't need a handyman, honey. I came in here for some bug spray. Because you know the Home Depot always got what you need. She talks to David and tells him that she loves God and she was in a gospel singing group. So David said, I bet you won't sing for me right now. Why are these people singing right now? Why? They are having a spiritual duet. Honey, giving us very much the gospel version of Kiki, Wyatt, and Avant. Honey, why are y'all singing right now? So, okay, honey. The fact that the two of you sang to each other, honey, just go on, settle up together right now and go head on, honey, because ain't nobody going to put up with that. So, then David says, we starting to bond over this, honey. They were bonding over the Mahalia Jackson of it all. So, go on, get your gospel on, child. And then David said he feels like she's in the lead. Okay. Then Khalil shows up, dressed like he's ready for a parent-teacher conference. Khalil, honey, I like you. I really do. I love the fact that you're a teacher. I love the fact that you're a black teacher. I love the fact that you want to teach our youth. I love it. But your clothes were on you wrong. You were not going to third period. You were going to Ready to Love. So we needed to get that wardrobe together a little bit, but that's okay. Khalil shows up. And Tressa starts saying, I didn't like his swag because he introduced himself to her. And she tells the men that she's a comedian. Tressa, I don't know if there's anybody here for you. As I'm watching this episode, I just don't know. I didn't see anybody gravitate to you. I didn't see you talk too much to anyone except Pimp Daddy Troy, honey. He got these big white shoes on with this burgundy suit. But I didn't see anybody really just talk to you, honey. So you might want to see what Khalil talking about, honey. Kira or Kyra. Kyra shows up. Honey, Kyra got a body for days. Body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. Baby, that thing is sitting, honey. That girl got a nice body on her. And she says she's not into choosing, honey. She gets chose. I know that's right. Because last season, the women were just clawing and scratching at Jay, honey, just hoping for a bone. I'm with you, Kyra, honey. You get chosen. You don't do the choosing. Jason pulls her to the side and they converse. And I was shocked because Jason seemed really forward. I didn't think he had it in him. Judging from the casting special, I thought he was a little bit of a cornball. But the picture was deceiving and the little casting special was deceiving because Jason actually had a personality on him, which I was shocked about. Nephew Tommy shows up and tells them the numbers are a bit off. Did y'all notice that there are 9 men and 10 women? So everybody's looking like, oh my God, no. Then they reintroduce KG in his suit, child. Chris gonna wear a suit, child. He gonna wear his suit and he gonna wear it well. I have to give it to him. Nephew Tommy tells them that 2 of them will be going tonight. So of course, they're thinking, okay, it's gonna be a man and a woman. Right? Ron, okay, who faded into the abyss. I thought based on the casting special, he was gonna be a little bit more upfront, but I was wrong. Ron didn't like KG coming back because he said he's already like a local celebrity. Well, I mean, if you got the goods, competition should be a good thing. If you're confident in who you are, that should make a difference. I was a little bit shocked about that. I'm like, okay. So I feel a little bit of intimidation coming from you. Jason and Alexis already know each other because he's her son's basketball coach. And so she was sitting down with him, kind of laying it on thick. And she said this was her chance to let him know that she had been eyeing him for a minute. She tells him she liked him from the start. But the way he was receiving it, he was just sitting there looking. I don't know if he just too much cared about it, honey. And while Dragonfly Jones was, spilling her guts, he was just sitting there. But then he said he didn't seem impressed to me. But he did say she had a leg up and that she was well put together. I think the only reason why she has a leg up is because you know her. Because I didn't feel any chemistry in that conversation. I felt her more so telling you what it is that she wanted to tell you. And you just sitting there receiving it. Dragonfly, don't start that, honey. Y'all go home and practice your art. Okay? Ida walks up, talking, and says to Mr. Postman that she notices his ankles were moisturized. Girl, what? Honey, it is some men with some ashy ankles. So, I mean, okay. But, girl, that ain't what you walk up to a man and say, that's not sexy. Ooh, I noticed them ankles got a lot of cocoa butter on them tonight. Girl, if you don't go on somewhere, child, she don't know what to do. Then she tells Diedrich he has Marvin Gaye vibes. He was like, nah, I never heard of that before. These people are nuts. The nice teacher, Khalil, is chatting with Amber, the attorney. Honey, she's over there cross-examining the witness. And so she said, what is your flaw? He said, mean girls. She said, no, I'm asking, what is your flaw? Child, let's move forward, honey. Then we see Joel, and he's making his rounds, honey. The girls love it, eating it up. Joel had his chest out in that accent, honey. He was working the room. I'm like, yes, Cash Money taking over for the 99 and the 2000. I know that's right, child. Woo! So him and Vernisha, they seem to be hitting it off, child. He liked Vernisha, honey. He liked that thickness on her. And she was, cute too. Honey, he liked that. And the fact that she had some kids and she started telling him a little bit about herself. And he was all here for it. And I was like, okay. So Joel says she got all kind of substance. Then he started naming only physical attributes. She's fine, classy, pretty, and he likes the way she was dressed. What substance exactly? Oh, okay. Child, these people crazy already. Christian says he loves to smile. Something about Christian I just liked, honey. Christian, hit my DM. You know what? I ain't gonna miss out this year because you know what? I let Rashid slide under the radar last year. So, Christian, you know what? I'll go on a date with you, honey. Hit me up. I'm gonna put my IG down in the description box below. Christian says he loves to smile. I thought that was beautiful because most men don't talk about things like that. And they showed this picture of him when he was younger standing by the pool and he was just smiling. He has a beautiful smile. He says he wants to love a woman the way he wanted his mom to be loved. Oh, my goodness. Child, Christian, if you don't call me, honey. Stacy said he was cute but too timid for her. Stacy, you started this mess. Just because you don't like somebody don't mean you need to start putting little bugs in people's ear about him. Something about you is off. Now, when I first saw you on the casting special, I thought you might have been okay. But I don't really like how you did Christian and start planting seeds of doubt in these other women's minds. Let them get to know them, honey. Vernisha didn't even know who he was. He didn't even get a chance to make his rounds. I didn't like that. So she sits down, she starts telling the ladies, Christian is cute and all, but he's a little bit too timid. So Kyra, being the, alpha female and attorney that she is, she calls him over. And she tells him, the ladies, we think you're really cute. We really like you, but we just need to get to know you. So Kyra was like, well, he's giving me real like baby brother vibes, not anything that I would get intimate with. He was nervous. He was so nervous. I hope he get a chance, but we all know if you haven't seen it, child, I just really hope that they would give him a chance. KG over there surrounded by all the ladies standing out in his flashy Easter suit. Andrea is over there talking to Diedrich, who is the chef, about her cat. Honey, that's the wrong cat. Men don't want to talk about that cat on the date, honey. Child, we don't want to talk about Tom and Jerry. She's sitting over there telling him that her cat escaped because her mom left the doggy door open and he got out. And then Diedrich being so sweet, he's talking about, oh, man. Boy, you don't care about that cat because we don't. This is terrible. He said, she was down a bit about the cat, so we had a little bit of a cat talk, but I'm just really not feeling her. Andrea, listen to me. You gonna end up a cat lady. An old cat lady with nothing but cats, not even a man. You already been single for 17 years, and then I know you're a little bit rusty, but you don't sit down with a man and you're mingling and getting to know him and start telling him about your cat missing. Child, wrong cat, wrong situation, child. Girl, that's not anything a man wants to talk about. He was nice, but he was in a hurry to go, honey. He was like, let's go start talking to some other people and get to mingling. I know, because, baby, she threw you all off. I'm like, this is a mess. Then nephew Tommy asked the men, first he asked the women who they were feeling, okay? Because, they already got a little bug from Stacy. Ron and Andrea, the flight attendant, are talking about kids, and he tells her she needs to get out of the friendly skies and stay home if they were to have a baby. Now, remember I told y'all last review when the casting special came on that Ron said that women could not handle him being an alpha male. To me, that was AKA controlling. Here we are right here. Why can't she have a career and be a mom? I know being a flight attendant, you would have to be away a lot. So that's not the ideal career for a woman who has kids. But maybe there could be a compromise. But he was straight up saying, look, you're not going to be doing no flight attending work and working period when you have my kids. And she was like, is that just a temporary thing? And he was like, well, kids aren't temporary. So then she's saying in her confessional, it's not gonna work. And he's saying, we didn't connect, honey. He's too old fashioned for her. Then we see Kyra. She's talking to Christian, Mr. Postman. Oh, look, Christian. Nephew Tommy talks to the fellows and asks who they're feeling. AJ tells him, about the date that he had with Kyra. And we already know Mr. El Cheapo. See, this is why I don't like dudes that are are music producers or trying to do music. Always in the studio. Honey, I'm in the studio. Where you at? I'm in the studio. Are you making any money in there? Like, can we hear mustard on a beat? Like, are we gonna hear your name or behind a track? Maybach music. Like, what are you producing exactly? I mean, we haven't heard anything. We haven't heard AJ on the track nowhere, which we'll get into it as we get into it. So AJ tells him that he's dated Vernisha, and child, a lot of them were saying that Stacy was their number one and Chrysanthemum, because I don't want to get her name wrong, child. Nephew Tommy had to tell them her name a million times. He's like, Chrysanthemum. They're like, Chrysanthemum. Child, just call her Chris, honey. Then they said who they're not feeling, which was Andrea, Tressa, and Ida. Honey, I knew that was going to happen. Tressa is the home girl. Ida is awkward and talks too much. And Andrea is talking about her cat. Okay. Tommy tells them it's time for the final decision of the night. The ladies, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I skipped something, child. Okay, wait. Nephew Tommy went over there and asked the women, what men were they feeling? Okay, and so they were basically saying all of them except Khalil and Christian. Khalil was the one man all the women agreed that they were not feeling. Kyra reveals that her and AJ went on a date, and it was one of the worst dates ever. Apparently, AJ is El Cheapo, honey. Cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Okay? Stop hanging out in the studio and drop a track to make you a coin, boy. Nephew Tommy reveals that after the gathering, the singles or somebody's going to be eliminated. And child, they couldn't even wait. It's like, I mean, they couldn't wait a second. They just gathered them all together and was like, Khalil, you're going home. Child, him and his blazer walked on out. They didn't even give him a chance to try. I don't like that. This is what I feel. You should go through the entire mingling mixer, and in the next episode, there should be an elimination. Allow them to get loosened up. Allow them to show their true self. He got lost amongst the people, though, so there were more outgoing men there, so maybe that's why. Nephew Tommy tells them before the night is over, another person will be leaving. Alexis over there talking to Little Peanut, a.k.a. Troy, honey, with his little peanut head and his white shoes. And I told y'all he would like Alexis because she's petite. Honey, her little cheap blazer falling all off her shoulder. She over there trying to make sure that she stays. Because remember, he said 2 people will be going home. So in past seasons, that's a male and a female, of course. So they're over there talking. And he keeps trying to take all these women on a trip. That's what I got from him. Honey, he's willing to take anybody who will put a bathing suit on a trip. Anybody. Jason said he was looking for a red flag. And Ida was over there talking to him a mile a minute. He couldn't even get a word in. She was like, yeah, so one time at band camp, and then I didn't like that my ex had on blue shoes, and I told him he should have wore red shoes. So she was just talking, and poor Jason was just sitting there listening. Kyra is talking with her mouth full of food. Kyra, you are an attorney, honey. They didn't teach etiquette? Like, why are you sitting there munching? Wait till you finish your food and then speak. So she's sitting there talking to AJ with her mouth full about their terrible date. And then AJ said the truth is that his card was declined. Boy, not the wrong card. Child, you lying, honey. Women probably have always paid for dates when it came to you. That was just a deadbeat move. And what grown person, none that I know, travel without more than one card and or some cash? Even if you had to say, hey, just stay here, chill or something. I'm going to go ahead and run to the ATM, or I'm going to run to the car. I'm going to call somebody outside. Hey, man, I need you to bring me like $50. I'm up here on this date. Child, you going to let this woman pay $400? No, you're done, child. Just tell her. And the fact that y'all have dated before is giving me Rashid and what was that little hump head girl name that I didn't really like, child? You're giving me those vibes from last season. Somebody put down in the comments what Rashid's prospect's name was last season. I cannot remember her name to save my life. Honey, I hope y'all don't gravitate to each other like they did, because that was the reason Rashid missed out on actually finding love. So I hope that is not the case over here. Okay, after that, we've already went through everything over here. Then Nephew Tommy tells them that it is time for the final Decision of the night. Okay, well, at first they thought it was going to be a man and a woman. The ladies were all scared till nephew Tommy dropped a bomb and told them that another man would be eliminated. So KG was like, I'm having some elimination PTSD. Don't worry, KG. They not going to send you home, honey. They know what you've been through. And they saw your personality last season. So, I think you're going to be okay. He tells them that Christian and Ron are in the bottom. Christian, Christian the postman was eliminated, child. Oh, my goodness, honey. He got to get back to delivering them letters, honey. Christian, I hope my stuff show up on time, honey. While you hanging out over here to Ready to Love, I'm waiting on the package from Fashion Nova. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Christian was eliminated. I would have liked to see him go a little further. I think he was just nervous. Y'all comment down below if y'all feel like Christian should have been eliminated first. And also comment down below if you know how I can get in touch with him, honey. Because I don't mind going on a date with a nice guy, honey. He smiles nice. We can get him fixed up and it'll be cool, child. Anywho, another thing I wanted to say is that I feel like David and Liz make a cute little couple. The ones who were doing their little singing duet. I feel like they're going to be a nice, wholesome couple. So we'll see how that plays out. This was just the first episode. They did the preview for the season, and it seems like it's going to be a little bit interesting. More interesting than I thought, because last week I was like, oh, Lord, honey, I might be asleep during this. But it actually does look like it's going to be okay. So tonight, Khalil went back to homeroom. And Christian is back on Route B to deliver your packages. Thank you guys so much for listening. Feel free to share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a Ready to Love video or any other video. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.